Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with exercise 1.2 from the chapter number system. So before going to start my video, I just request all of you to get subscribed my channel if you have not get subscribed, and press the bell icon in order to receive the notifications for my future videos. Okay, so now let us move on to the first question now. That is, state whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answers. Okay, so your first question is, every irrational number is a real number. Okay, so now this statement is true actually. Why? Because we know that real number is there, no? It is like the collection of both rational number as well as irrational number. For that sake we can say that every irrational number is a real number. For that sake this statement is true. Okay, so because as we know, real number is a set of or collection of both the rational number and irrational number, we can say that every irrational number is a real number. Okay, so now let us move on to the next question. That is, every point on the number line is of the form root m, where m is a natural number. So here you can see this is false statement, because here you can see on your number line, if you consider the number line, so here so many negative numbers also be there, isn't it? On a number line negative numbers will be also there. So now if we'll consider root m form, so it's not in the form of root m, right? So if we'll consider root 9 value is 3. Right, so now if you will consider this root 2, like the value of root 2 is 1.414, right? So this is not a natural number. So what they are telling, actually on a number line there are infinite numbers will be there, but here what they are saying, so every number which is lying on a number line, every numbers which is lying on a number line is always a natural number, they have given the statement. But this statement is false, because here you can see the root 2 value is 1.414, right? So this 1.414 is there, no, it is not a natural number. Okay, so if you'll consider the root 5 and again the value of root 3, everything is like it's not a natural number, you will get a fraction. Okay, so now next we can say that this statement is false. Okay, so now we will move on to the next question. That is, every real number is an irrational number. So this statement is false. As we have seen the first question, you can see this first question is every irrational number is a real number, right? So this statement is true, but if you will consider this statement, every real number is a irrational number, it is a false statement, because every real number, it consists of both the collection of rational number as well as irrational number. But here what they have given, every real number is an irrational number only they have given. Okay, so for that sake this statement is false. Every real number may be a rational number as well as a irrational number. Okay, so now we will see the next question. Are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is a rational number. Okay, so what they have given, are the square root of all positive integers are irrational? So if no, you have to give one example. Okay, so I'm saying here the answer as no, because here you can see what they have given, the square roots of all positive integers are irrational, they asked. Okay, the correct answer is no here. For example, here you can see this root 4 value is 2. Okay, so here if we'll consider the root 4, this root 4 can be written as 2, but 2 is a rational number. This can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers. Okay, so this 2 can be written as 2 by 1, right? So now here if we'll consider 2 by 1, here you can see this 2 and 1 are integers and 1 is not equals to 0, right? So again so many examples are there. If we'll consider root 9, so root 9 will be is equals to 3. 3 is also a rational number, right? So now if we'll consider root 2, it is irrational, right? So if we'll consider this root 4, root 9, root 16, these are all rational numbers. Okay, so for that sake this statement is wrong. Okay, so hence the square root of all positive integers 4 and 9 are not irrational, isn't it? So they are a rational number. So these, if we'll consider these two example, these two are rational number, right? So for that sake you can say that the square roots of all positive integers are not irrational. Okay, so now let us move on to the next question. show how root 5 can be represented on the number line. Okay, so here if you want to do a direct method, you can do like this. So if you wanna do like this one, like 3 steps more, you can go for root 2 construction, root 3 construction, root 4 construction, afterwards root 5 construction. So in this example I have taken this directly, for that sake just be connected to this video. Okay, show how root 5 can be represented on number line. So you can see this image, right? So now here you can see first step is what we have to consider a number line. Okay, so here you can see a number line, right? So this number line is there. No, I'm just giving the name here, that let AB be 2 unit on a number line. So I'm considering here 2 units, A and B. So 0 to 1 centimeter, 1 to 2 1 centimeter I have taken, and 2 units I have taken. So why I have taken 2 units, I'll explain you. So next thing is the same method what we are going to do for root 2 construction. So here you can see B and C. So here you have to draw perpendicular. Okay, so after drawing perpendicular, take 1 unit length. This 1 unit length you have to take, or 1 centimeter, and you have to cut this. Okay, so after cutting here you have to join this AC. This AC you have to join. Okay, so after joining you will get this cutting, right? So you have to take this arc, you have to extend this, so it will fall on a number line here somewhere, right? So this is your root 5 construction. Okay, so here you can see, let AB be a line of 2 unit on a number line. Okay, so AB I have considered this. After that, at B you have to draw one perpendicular in the sense 90 degree. Okay, so after that, after drawing 90 degree, so you have to go for 1 unit. Okay, so BC of 1 length. Okay, so what you have to do after drawing 1 length here, so perpendicular here, you have to take 1 unit and you have to draw one small arc. Okay, 1 mark. So next thing is what you have to join CA. When you will cut like when you will take 1 unit and you will draw one small arc over here, so you have to join this CA. Okay, so the fourth step we will see now. Now ABC is a right angle. Here you can see A, B and C is a right angle triangle now, right? So now this is a right angle triangle. Now you have to apply a Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so when you will apply the Pythagoras theorem, we know that this AB length I have already taken as 2, right? So this length already I have taken as 2 and this length is 1. Right? So just substitute the values over here. Here you can see applying Pythagoras theorem. So here you can see this CA is there, no? This CA is hypotenuse and these two are the other two sides, right? So according to Pythagoras theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equals to the sum of the square of other two sides, isn't it? So I have written, according to that I have written over here, that is CA square will be is equals to AB square plus BC square. Okay, so according to Pythagoras theorem, you can see here AC is the hypotenuse over here, right? So AC square will be is equals to BC square plus AB square. Okay, so now here AC square we have to find now, right? So AC square will be is equals to the value of BC is 1 unit. So for that sake here 1 square I have written, and here the value of AB is what? The value of AB is 2 units, right? So here you can see 2 square I have written over here. Therefore AC square is equals to 1 square value is nothing but 1 and 2 square value is nothing but 4, right? Therefore the value of AC is AC square is root 5. Okay, so if the value of AC square is 5, we can easily write that AC will be is equals to root 5. Therefore AC is a length of root 5 unit. Okay, so after that I told you, right? So whatever you have to take this length, okay, taking CA as a radius. So this one you have to take the radius and you have to keep the compass over here. Okay, so you have to keep the compass and you have to draw the arc like this, which will be falling on a number line. Okay, so this is a construction of root 5 on a number line. So you can follow the different method also to construct this root 5. In order to construct this root 5, you can go through root 2, root 3, root 4, after that root 5 construction, or otherwise you can go for this construction. Okay, directly you can do this. Okay, thank you for watching my video.